Hello and welcome to our presentation on the Great California Drought and the rhetoric associated with it.
As of August 28, 2014, the U.S. Drought Monitor claimed that 100% of the state of California was considered to be in a drought. More than 58% is in an exceptional drought, the worst level. How did hearing that make you feel? Scared? Depressed? Worried about the future? That's exactly how it should make you feel.
Take a look at this before and after picture of Folsom Lake. It used to be one of California's larger lakes. Now it is known as Folsom Pond. The drought in California is not a joke and has been deemed a super wicked problem. Two professors from the University of Berkeley, Reitel and Weber, formulated 10 characteristics of super wicked problems in order to define them. Of the 10, the Great California Drought falls into at least 4 of them. People talk about the drought utilizing various forms of rhetoric. Aristotle's rhetorical triangle includes 3 persuasion techniques: pathos, pulling on people's emotions; ethos, building trust and credibility; and logos, using facts of logic. Earlier, we used logos and pathos by stating the percentage of California that is in a drought and showing you a before and after photo of Folsom Lake. Under the right conditions, words can be chosen to activate desired frames. The media and scientists in the field use Aristotle's rhetorical triangle to build specific frames around the drought. The most prevalent frame found when talking about the drought is one of doom. The media and scientists talk about the drought in this frame using pathos, ethos, and logos to build a strong argument. They instill a sense of doom, and the overall presence of their articles have very depressing themes. The LA Times talk about the current situation by classifying a drought as a slowly unfolding disaster, which proposes that the future could be very devastating. Also, the USA Today stated during the summer of 2014 that the extreme dry spell is threatening California's food supply. Both of these well-known news outlets are displaying the drought in this frame of doom. National Geographic framed a recent article about the drought in a very depressing frame. When talking about the future of the water situation in California, we're pumping irreplaceable groundwater to counter the drought. When it's gone, the real crisis begins. The article ends with a depressing message. As drought worsens groundwater depletion, the scarcity can set the table for social unrest. The way they portray the drought leaves their readers with a feeling of hopelessness, as if there is nothing to do to solve the problem.
Scientists and the media use facts and definitions, or logos, to give readers some background information on what the problem actually is and the causes of it. They also display the seriousness of the issue, or the quality of it.
Doyle Rice, author of California's 100-Year Drought, states simple facts to enlighten its readers. California is in its 3rd year of this drought. It is a part of a larger 15-year dry spell throughout most of the western United States. Rice continues to say that the lack of annual rain and snowpack over the past years has been very apparent and have led to the drought California is facing today. These facts or logos are supporting the frame of doom talked about earlier. Rice uses a study performed by UC Davis to bring a dollar figure into the picture. The drought inflicts $2.2 billion in losses on the agricultural industry. This quantity shows the severity and brings into a personal battle against Mother Nature. Readers will find these numbers as very detrimental, leaving them to search for some sort of solution. Toby Alt, a Cornell University professor, defines droughts as a great white shark of the climate, powerful, dangerous, and hard to detect before it's too late.
Lynn Ingram, a geologist from UC Berkeley, describes prolonged droughts from history to bring thriving civilizations to starvation, migration, and finally, collapse. Both of these professionals in academia are framing the drought in different ways, both successfully using pathos to illuminate their points.
The rhetoric continues with a reinforcement from the author Killingsworth. Killingsworth brings forth the various elements of scientific discourse. In a recent study of perfect droughts and their causes performed by 2 UCLA scientists and a researcher from the Scripps Institute of Oceanography, the authors used the themes of natural science and the basic research to describe historical droughts, or providing the readers with facts and definitions or logos. The authors found that the perfect drought conditions can arise from the ocean atmosphere system in association with the cooling of the eastern Pacific. The authors continue to build their credibility or ethos with the readers by introducing the topics with familiar language and reinforcing them with scientific language. Finally, the research performed falls into the category of referred literature, which is highly scrutinized by other scientists in the industry. The authors utilize rhetoric to construct and maintain an ethos of neutrality and objectivity that gives their research validity rather effectively. With the ever-pressing frame of doom reinforced by pathos, logos, and ethos, in any news on the drought you may find yourself asking, is there anything to do? The answer is yes. Governor Jerry Brown stated in March that we're going to emphasize water conservation and water recycling and managing the water below the ground and above the ground. Then in July, he implemented a policy for the state of California.
Today, I'm declaring a drought emergency in the state of California. It's important to awaken all Californians to the serious matter of drought and the lack of rain. I pointed to this chart over here because it indicates we are in a unprecedented, very serious situation, and people should pause and reflect on how dependent we are on the rain, on nature, and one another. And I'm calling for a collaborative effort to restrain our water use. I'm also setting in motion easier water transfers. So this is an effort, it's a call to arms, but we have to recognize this is not a partisan adversary. This is Mother Nature, and at some point we have to learn to live with nature. We have to get on nature's side and not abuse the resources that we have, and that's the point of the declaration.
Law AB 2100 states, regulations restricting outdoor water use were put in place in late July for the entire state. People aren't allowed to hose down driveways and sidewalks, nor are they allowed to water their lawns and landscapes.
The use of policy allows Californians to believe that there is hope. Let's change the way people talk about the drought. Let's create a shift from the frame of doom to a frame of hope. Governor Brown is not the only one creating a call to action or policy. Conan O'Brien would like to share this with you.
Andy, did you know that California is in the middle of a major drought?
Yep.
And that means we need to conserve water.
Nah, I'm too lazy to save water.
Well, that's okay. There are actually lots of ways lazy can help conserve water, like using a dishwasher instead of hand washing dishes.
Great.
And taking your car to a car wash instead of washing it yourself.
Wow, I'm going to be lazy more often.
And if you don't bother showering, that'll save tons of water.
I am way ahead of you.
Me too. I haven't showered in weeks. My odor has started to attract raccoons.
By being conservative with your personal water usage and becoming a change agent in your community, you can begin a movement. Empower yourself and those around you. I challenge you to take shorter showers, stop washing your car, and turn your sprinklers off. I also challenge you to challenge a friend to do the same. Every drop counts. Visit these sites to further your knowledge and inspires others to do the same. Thank you for watching our presentation.